If you're driving into Washington, D.C., I'm going to tell you about the best places to park your car. Hello, welcome to Trip Packs DC. My name is Rob. I'm a tour guide here in the nation's capital. If you're coming to Washington, D.C. and you're looking for the best tips, tricks, and hacks for exploring the city, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell notification icon so that you don't miss any new videos. And if you're interested in taking a Trip Packs DC tour, head on over to trippacksdc.com afterwards to see the tours that I offer. If you've driven to DC before and have a personal favorite place to leave your car, leave a comment on this video and let me know where it is. Before we get started, let's talk about hotel parking. Every hotel in DC will offer parking, but many people consider that the rates that they charge to be completely outrageous and exorbitant. It is not uncommon to see rates that are $40, $50 or more per night. And a lot of hotels are valet only. Parking at your hotel will certainly be the most convenient option, but I understand that a lot of people are willing to look elsewhere to save a little money. So with that said, let's get started. Number 1. The garage at Union Station. This is my go-to recommendation for out-of-town visitors. Union Station is located about a half-mile north of the Capitol, so if you're staying downtown, this is pretty convenient to a lot of hotels. Parking here costs $24 per day. It's not cheap, but it's still a discount over what you'd pay at your hotel. The nice thing about Union Station is that the garage is open 24/7 and the rate is the same all the time. So you don't have to worry about whether the garage is going to be open when you're ready to come or go, or what the rate might be. Number 2. The Ronald Reagan Building and International Trade Center. For general tourism, the garage at the Reagan Building is one of the best located in the entire city. It's about a block and a half from the White House and across the street from the Smithsonian's American History Museum. This is a great option if you're coming in on the weekend because weekend rates here are only $15 on Saturday and Sunday. However, during the week, that price jumps to $35 per day. One thing to note about this garage is that it is in a federal government building. So when you pull in, a security guard will ask you to pop the trunk and he'll take a look around. Some people don't like this, but others really do because it makes it feel like their car is in a really safe spot. Number 3. City Center, DC. This garage is very centrally located downtown, so if you're staying at a hotel downtown, this could be a very convenient option. Overnight parking is $24, same as Union Station, with a few discounts for nights and weekends as well. I'll leave a link in the description to this and all of the garages I'm mentioning in this video so that you can see their rates and how they work. Number 4. The Wharf. This is a brand new development in Southwest Washington, about a half-mile south of the National Mall. The garage here costs $26 per day, and it's located just off of Main Avenue. There's also a real-time garage tracker on the Wharf website, so you can check to make sure that there's a spot available before you arrive. Number 5, Spot Hero. This is an app and a website that lets you find and pay for parking in advance. It's pretty easy to use. Just enter your location, like the address of your hotel, when you plan to arrive and leave, and click search. The results will come up on a map with each pin showing you the total price to park during your stay. After you check out, you'll get a confirmation email. At some garages, there's a QR code that you'll scan on a reader when you arrive. At other garages, you'll show your confirmation email to the person working in the booth, and they'll get you set up. The most important thing to know when you use Spot Hero is that most garages in downtown DC are closed overnight and on the weekends. So it's imperative that you check the hours to make sure that the garage is going to be open when you plan to arrive and when you need to leave. Garages will usually let you leave your car overnight or on the weekend when they're closed. You just can't leave until they reopen on Monday morning. Number 6, economy parking at the airport. The long-term economy lot at Reagan National Airport is $17 per day. It works just like parking at any airport, and here you can actually reserve your spot in advance online. The disadvantage to using this option is that you'll have to take a shuttle to get from the parking lot to the airport terminal, then use the metro to get into DC. So if you're staying downtown, it's not really the most convenient option. Number 7. End-of-the-line metro stations. 4 of our metro stations currently offer overnight parking where you can leave your car for up to 10 days. Those stations are Greenbelt, Huntington, Franconia, and Wiley. These are the stations at the end of the green, yellow, blue, and silver lines, respectively. Parking at each of these stations is about $5 per day and free on the weekends, so it's definitely the cheapest of all of the options. But they're also all really far from downtown. So in addition to the inconvenience, you'll need to factor in the price in metro fare that it'll take to get your family to and from the car. Other metro stations with parking lots officially do not allow overnight parking, so if you do park at one of them, you may come back to find a ticket on your windshield. Now, lots of people have told me over the years that they've done this without any trouble. trouble. But if you do choose to do it, it's definitely an at your own risk situation. And lastly, I want to advise against parking on the street. Most street parking downtown is either metered or time restricted in some way. So you need to know when you need to pay, how much, and when you need to move your car. And if you get it wrong, you will be ticketed and possibly towed. And let's be honest, trying to find your towed car is not the way you want to spend your vacation. But if you're thinking, well, I'll just find a residential neighborhood, park there, and then Uber to my hotel, I would advise strongly against that as well. Most neighborhoods in DC have permit parking, which means that you have to actually live in the neighborhood to get a permit. But even if you do find a street that's not zoned for permits, it's still not a good idea to leave your car unattended for long periods on the street. Temporary no parking signs can pop up for all kinds of reasons. And lastly, while Washington, D.C. is a very safe city for visitors generally, car break-ins are still a problem. And again, this is just one of the last things you want to deal with on your vacation. So stick to a garage. It's worth it to keep your car safe. And that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, you can subscribe to this channel by clicking on the Trip Hacks DC logo, which is popping up right now at the bottom of the screen. And if you're coming to DC and you want to sign up for a Trip Hacks DC tour, you can click on the Capitol Dome on the left side of my head. That'll take you over to triphacksdc.com, where you can see the tours that I offer. Enjoy your trip!